Senate Committee on Agriculture, Food Production, Outdoor Resources being called to order. Ryan, would you please call the roll?
Senators Bean,
Here.
Black, here. Burnskatter, Brown, Carter, Crawford, McCreary, here. Razor, Washington.
We're going to hang on 1 second. We had a quorum. The quorum ran out. Can you just poke her head in?
She just did.
We just called roll.
Oh, okay.
Senator Crawford.
Here.
Are you here? We have a quorum. We're going to hear one bill today, and we're going to exec on 3 bills. So with that, we'll start off Representative Haden on House Bill 403, and the floor is yours.
Mr. Chairman and member of the committee, thank you for letting me present this bill today. I'm Kent Haden. I'm the representative from District 43, which is Callaway, Audrain, and Monroe counties. This bill, it may sound like deja vu to you. It's House Bill 403, but it is also exactly the same as Senate Bill 529 that Senator Brown had. And this bill is named after Merle Townley, who was a state representative, who's also a veterinarian, and Senator Dan Brown, who is Senator Dan Brown, because like Echo, it's Justin Brown's father, who I knew both professionally, very, very outstanding people as well as outstanding legislators. This bill is an important bill. It's basically a veterinary loan bill to people who will go into areas that are short on large animal veterinarians. And there's a real need for this. Right now, it costs about $30,000 in tuition for a year of vet school. It costs about, with books, other things, and living, it costs about $50,000. And put that in perspective, as a veterinarian many years ago, when I went to school, tuition was $3 and you could live for about $4. A calving when I got out was, you got about $40 or $50. Right now, a calving is about $150 to $200. And tuition, it's about a 10 to 1 versus a 4 to 1. So the spread and the cost of education has got so high, it's hard for a lot of these students who have a desire to go back and practice large animal medicine. And with these loans, we have the ability to help them enough that they can go back. And put it in perspective, most of these are 26 to 30 years old. They've been in school forever. Because of the rigors of veterinary school, it's hard to have other jobs while you're in school. Many of them have families, have children, their cars wore out. It takes a long time to recover from that, and to have to go to an area where you're setting up a practice vehicle. My first one cost $5,000, a boy bed of $2,000. Those same vehicles would cost $70 or $80 now. So those costs make it imperative that we try to help the large animal veterinarian. Large animal veterinarian workforce is aging. A lot of them are in their 50s to 70s. A lot of them are wore out. A lot of them are hurt. We need replacements for them. And this program has been very successful. Right now, the program provides 6 scholarships at $20,000 apiece, and for a year. That will. Right now, we have a great need, and Senator Black could tell you, if you're wanting to call to get a large animal veterinarian to work your cattle now, a lot of times you're having to book them 4 to 6 weeks ahead. And if you have an emergency call, you hope you can get hold of somebody that can come. And you know, it's a bad situation. We also have a situation where, because of federal law, starting in June, all the antibiotics we use will have to be under prescription. So that puts an increased burden on large animal veterinarians. The bill says that we go from 6 to 12 and go from $20,000 a year to $30,000 a year. We probably need more, but that's what we're asking for. And again, my bill is exactly the same thing as Senator Brown's bill.
Thank you,
Any
Representative.
questions?
Any questions to the representative? Seeing none, anybody here testify in favor of House Bill 403?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Linda Hickam. I'm a large animal veterinarian and a livestock producer. So I'm really passionate about our lack of large animal veterinarians out in rural areas. This program started in 2007 and then was funded in 2001, and then was funded by Dr. Dan Brown in 2008. And since its inception, it's provided veterinarians, 38 veterinarians, that have been awarded this program. Of that, 89 to 90% are still in those rural areas practicing. So the success of the program speaks for itself. I believe the committee has been very good at trying to select individuals wanting to go into large animal practice and not enticing them. So some of the other incentive programs have probably not been as successful because of that. Our rural veterinarians are crucial for leadership positions. In committees, in public health, in school boards, and things of that nature, as you know, not to mention the economic impact large animal veterinarians have in communities through hiring, through purchasing various things. So I think it's crucial, and there's currently probably 28 counties with over 500,000 head of cattle with 0 or 1 veterinarian. Missouri's economic driver is agriculture, and of that, our livestock industry is huge. Our veterinarians provide incentives for programs that add value to those livestock. We raise 2 million calves every year, and most of those go out of state to be fed out in Nebraska, Kansas, and so forth. I presented a lot of this information to you previously with the Senate bill version. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I really am passionate about this and feel that this program really has done well to provide rural area veterinarians. So any questions you might have?
Any questions for the witness? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony.
Thank you very much.
Anybody here else in favor of House Bill 403?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Shannon Cooper today on behalf of the Missouri Cattlemen's Association. We want to go on record in support of the bill. You folks have heard this before, so I won't belabor the process, other than the only fault I can find in it is it ought to be bigger. There ought to be more scholarships and more financial assistance. This is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity financially for the state of Missouri, and I think it'd be wise to put more money into this program. The needs are real, they're clear, and I think everybody on this committee knows that. So that'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the witness? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Testimony. In favor of House Bill 403?
All right. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, Ben Travelis, Missouri Farm Bureau, here to go on record in support of this legislation. Obviously, there is a need for more large animal veterinarians out there, and we believe this legislation helps address that issue. That I'd love to answer any questions.
Any questions to the witness? Seeing none, thank you for testimony. In favor of House Bill 403? Please leave your witness form if you haven't filled out one online.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for holding a hearing on House Bill 403 today. My name is Grace Nielsen. I am a registered lobbyist with the Associated Students for the University of Missouri, also known as ASUM. We are a nonpartisan advocacy organization that speaks for more than 75,000 students across the UM system. In addition to my efforts with ASUM, I am a fourth-year social work student at the University of Missouri in Columbia. ASUM stands in support of House Bill 403 today for a variety of reasons. First, expanding the veterinary loan program would provide financial support necessary for Missouri vet students to finish their degrees. In our most recent survey of the UM system student body, 48% of our students reported feeling somewhat or completely financially insecure. Additionally, 33% of students consider taking a break from higher education or leaving higher education altogether due to the rising costs of education. And even among those students who continue their degree or seek to further their education in programs like the veterinary school, 29% of students do not feel capable of being able to repay their student loans after graduation. This bill would aid in easing that financial concern and encouraging more students to pursue degrees in veterinary medicine. Finally, this bill helps draw students to Missouri in attending Missouri's only Tier 1 research institution, Mizzou. Our VetMed program is ranked amongst the top 20 in the nation, and Mizzou's Veterinary Medical Diagnostic Laboratory is the only nationally accredited diagnostic laboratory in Missouri and one of only 5 in the Midwest. Additionally, MU is the only Missouri institution to award the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree, graduating approximately 115 veterinarians each year. Adding this loan program not only provides students access to this high-quality program, but it positions our state and the UM Systems program as a leader nationally in accessibility, affordability, and placement. For these reasons, ASUM stands in support of House Bill 403, and if you have any questions about how this would impact our students, I would be happy to answer them.
Any questions for the witness? Senator Black.
I have one question, and
Sure.
I don't expect you to know it now, but I want you to bring it back to me.
Okay.
Last 2 or 3 years, or whatever data is available, show me where those students have went, where they've been employed that have graduated from the vet school. I know they haven't, and I just thought about while you were talking, I'd like to know where they go.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other further questions? Seeing none, thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Anybody here else in favor of House Bill 403? Seeing none, anybody here not in favor of House Bill 403? Seeing none, anybody here for informational purposes only? Seeing none, Representative, would you have any further comments, closing comments, Representative? Yeah, no. Would you have any closing comments?
No, in answer to Senator Black's question, a majority of those do go back into small animal. According to the dean, the last 3 or 4 years, 15 to 20 have showed some interest in large animal with their graduates. That's according to the dean.
I'd like to see it, because the other thing I'm hoping that I can get from it, how many end up in government-type jobs, other jobs outside of practicing vet, because we're not going to fix it, but it's also like in the medical field, we probably have several doctors that if they weren't working for the government, they weren't working for insurance companies or something, maybe they could practice in Northwest Missouri and be helpful instead of the doctors fighting the fact that we need APRNs. Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes testimony on House Bill 403. We are going to get a quorum, and then we will go into executive session to vote out these 3 bills. So everybody will just hang tight. We're going to get a quorum.
I'll be able to. It's going to cost a lot more. I'm going to pay a $50 fee. Paying for that fee.
All right, we do have a quorum, so I would make a motion to move into executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. We are in executive session. I move that Senate Bill 666 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is before the committee. This is Senator Black's bill that he presented on 411 and creates an offense of interference with transportation of livestock. Senator Black, do you have any comments? Is there any discussion on the bill? Seeing none, I move to vote Senate Bill 666 do pass. Do I have a second? Any additional discussion? Hearing none, Ryan, please call the roll to vote Senate Bill 666 out of committee do pass.
Senators Bean,
Aye.
Black, Burnskatter, Brown, Carter, Crawford, McCreary, Razor, Washington. By your vote of 6 aye, 1 no, the motion carries.
6 aye, 1 no, motion carries. I now move that House Committee substitute for House Bill 467 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is for the committee. This is Representative Gregory. He presented his bill on House Committee substitute House Bill 467, modifies certain provisions relating to the duties of the Department of Agriculture. Any discussion? Seeing none, I move to vote House Committee substitute for House Bill 467 do pass. Do I have a second? I have a second. Ryan, please call the roll on to vote House Committee substitute House Bill 467 out of committee do pass.
Senators Bean,
Aye.
Black, Burnskatter, Brown, Carter, Crawford, McCreary, Razor, Washington. By your vote of 6 aye, 1 no, motion carries.
6 aye, 1 no, motion carries. I now move that House Bill 644 be brought before the committee. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The bill is for the committee. This is Representative Francis's bill. He presented House Bill 644 on 411, repeals provisions relating to hemp extract for the treatment of intractable epilepsy. Is that right? Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, I now move to vote House Bill 644 do pass. Do I have a second? I have a second. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, Ryan, please call the roll to vote House Bill 644 out of committee. Do pass.
Senators Bean,
Aye.
Black, Burnskatter, Brown, Carter, Crawford, McCreary, Razor, Washington. By your vote of 7 aye, no no's, motion carries.
7-0, motion carries. I now move that we move out of executive session. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, no. We are out of executive session. No more business coming for the committee. I now move to be adjourned. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. All those opposed, no. Committee is adjourned.